All right, so today I'm going to talk about another book I read over break. This is my last talk about a book I read over break, and I'm going to break one of my rules that I usually don't do. I'm going to talk about a sequel. I usually don't talk about the second or third book in a series because I don't want to throw out spoilers, and it's hard to avoid spoilers. But I just can't miss the opportunity to say another good thing about this series of books. So I want to talk to you about Star Wars Shadowfall, which is the second book in the Alphabet Squadron series by Alexander Freed. Now, first of all, if you are not familiar with Alexander Freed, he's been writing Star Wars for a while, and one of the things he seems to really excel at is writing these books that are connected to the idea of war and doing it in a way that is powerful and in no way romanticizes war. If anything, when you finish reading Alexander Freed's books, you should be like, war sucks. War is awful, and we should not be at war ever. Try to avoid it. These poor people that are living through it. But trying not to spoil the events of the first Alphabet Squadron book, which is titled Alphabet Squadron. The Alphabet Squadron is a group of rebel soldiers that were put together, rebel pilots specifically that were put together, and they're called Alphabet Squadron because each of them flies a different kind of rebel ship. And if you're familiar with the starships, the ships, sorry, on in Star Wars, you know that a lot of them have letter names like A-Wing, B-Wing, Y-Wing, U-Wing, X-Wing, V-Wing. And so essentially this group is like they're kind of flying whatever they've got. And it turns out that it's an A-Wing, a B-Wing, a Y-Wing, a U-Wing, and an X-Wing. And so they are kind of an elite group of flyers that come from various backgrounds. Most of them are from other squadrons that have pretty much been decimated. They're like the last of their squadron. And there were some pretty intense events at the end of the first one, but this one follows after that, where these people are now, the people in the Alphabet Squadron, they're living with, what they've been through. They've faced some pretty intense things in war. And some of them, especially kind of one of our main characters, Eureka Quell, which this doesn't spoil anything, but she was an Imperial pilot. A TIE fighter pilot. And she has sort of defected to Alphabet Squadron. But she's been involved in some heinous things when she was with the Empire and some heinous things when she was with the Rebellion, which is one of the things that this book does so well. It kind of paints out how no one is 100% a hero in war. Like, we've all done terrible things trying to weigh the cost of what is better. And she is especially facing the terrible things that she's done and trying to decide what to do with that. So there's a lot of that in this book. And her past as a TIE fighter has been a secret. But in this book, not only does her past come out, but some of the terrible missions she was a part of, including essentially genocidal missions she was a part of, become known. So all of that while they're still trying to run a campaign against the Empire and make progress and rebuild, the rebellion, the resistance, and take down the Empire once and for all. It's a powerful, well-written, very interesting series. The third book comes out in a couple of months. It's called Victory's Price, and I totally hope that you go and pick it up. Start with Alphabet Squadron, and then pick up Shadowfall, because these are amazing and you won't regret it. And if you love Star Wars, I have started a podcast with my friend Gary Mastriano from Backyard Superheroes, and it's called Starlight Beacon, a Star Wars High Republic podcast. Our first episode's out on most streaming services. We're just missing iTunes. It'll be out on iTunes in a couple of days, and I hope you enjoy it.